Good morning. This impromptu talk is about fear, and it is specifically meant for those disciples and devotees of Sri Aurobindo and the Mother. It is very personal because it is my experience over 45 years of the impact of fear on the body. The first experience I can remember is in the early to mid 1970s, at the beginning of Oroville. If we were coming from Jipmer or Chennai, a bus would stop and we would get off at Coot Road and have to walk about 1 mile to return to the Matrimondia Gardens nursery. On the way, I had to go through Kotakarai, the village that was closest to Oroville, this part of Oroville in those days. As I walked through and started on my way towards the nursery, a pack of dogs would come out and viciously attempt to attack me. The hair would go up on my body would begin to shiver, and only when I called Mother could I pass through safely. This happened again and again. The second experience is at the time of the great troubles in Oroville, when an attempt was made to take over Bharat Nivas. One day, a young woman came running down to the nursery, crying, and she said, about 200 gundas are beating Frederick and David with clubs. Please help. All of those in the nursery, maybe 12, 15 of us, immediately started towards Bharat Nivas, leaving the back of the nursery. I picked up a machete. And as we got to the road, a powerful voice said to me, "Drop the weapon," which I did immediately. And then I climbed the small embankment, and at the top of my voice, I called, "Ma, Ma, Ma." And those 200 people divided like the Red Sea. And I walked through the middle of them, put David on my shoulder, and brought him out, calling Mother all the time. At the very end, when I handed him, I believe, to B. Sullivan, I stopped calling Mother. And a rock was thrown, and my skull was opened. I was bleeding profusely, and they asked Mary Helen to take me to Pondicherry to be stitched up. It was a lesson never to stop calling Mother. The third experience happened recently when we were at Murray Garden and the fierce guard dogs were there. We were photographing flowers. And what happened was that one of them broke free of his chain and came up to both of us. Nilisha was with me. Invoking the presence, I put my hand out to the dog and petted its head. But after a minute, or a little less, it bared its teeth and began to growl at me. Again, my body began shaking with fear. There was no fear in my mind. There was no fear in my vital. It was simply the body expressing its fear. And again, I realized, if you call the mother sincerely, it will stop. I backed away slowly, and keeping her name on my lips, the dog stopped growling, and we walked away. The lesson here is that nothing at all can happen to us if we constantly call the mother. I have been told by many that older people, and I don't consider myself old at all, even though I'm nearing 82, often fall down, especially on stairs. And so I have made it a very clear decision that at each step going up or down the stairs, I will take the mother's name. And if I am fully conscious, I will never have an accident, because it is she who is walking down the stairs in this body. Namaste.